How's it going, everybody? So I want to present you guys with kind of like an update slash, I guess you could say, follow-up video as well. We're going to be talking about a couple things here in this video. Number one is to follow you guys up on, my video where I was mentally decompressing to you guys. And number two, going to be talking about some changes that I had made, at least as far as the last two videos go. So let's get to it. So first things first, when it comes to, videos where I am completely out of character and, in my mental decompression video, like where I am just like 100%, like real with my feelings and real, like, basically have, my heart on my sleeve kind of thing, like where I just speak off the cuff and I say the first thing that comes to mind kind of thing, Videos like that are not easy to make, in so many ways. They are definitely not easy to make. Number one, it's like, you don't plan for videos like those, right? You can't script out how you feel. I suppose the best thing that you could do would be to kind of, make little cliff notes about what you want to talk about, but even still, it's like, that might not be much more help than what it already is, and the thing is, I kind of want to apologize for the length of that video, it was almost 50 minutes, just me, airing out pretty much everything that there was to air out in that video, and I talked about quite a few things, right? Kind of jumped a little bit back and forth between a couple subjects here and there, but hopefully, you guys were able to follow what I was saying the entire time in that video, or at least get an idea as to what it is I was saying and all that stuff. Now, with that being said, I gotta say, I felt so much better after making that video and after, going to bed and sleeping for a few hours, kind of having, a really good power nap. I gotta say, I felt really good in more ways than one. Number one, it's always good to get out of your system whenever you have things bottled up. And the fact that I have such an amazing audience, an amazing community, and amazing friends, which, you guys are all three and all that stuff. You guys aren't just my fans or my community members or subs or anything like that. No. I call you guys my friends for a reason, That's because, number one, you guys are real people, and number two, in the videos where I, gotten, personal with you guys, where I've spoken about, my personal struggles and all that stuff, some of you guys have come out as well with your own stories, and I gotta say, man, that is some inspirational stuff right there. I'm just like, man, it's like, that is, some deep shit, Because the thing is that, trust is so very, very scarce these days, and it's really, really tough to earn, There's a lot of things that go on in today's society that really, really wrecks another person's trust, But the thing is that, that's one of the beautiful things about our community is the fact that, we've built such a connection, that we've built such a trust, that, we can pretty much trust each other with, anything that is said here, within this community, And another thing that I can trust you guys on is to be completely honest with me and all that stuff. And I gotta say, just reading the comments that, you guys had left in that video really just warms me up and kind of reassures that, hey, it's like, what? Things are tough right now, but we gotta weather the storm and we have to overcome and rise above and win, which we will, There's a reason why I say I can and I will, man, It isn't just some fancy little catchphrase that Roman Reigns came up with back in 2015. It's a catchphrase that he did come up with, but it's something that ever since, he had come up with it, leading up to his WrestleMania 31 match with Brock Lesnar. Not talking about the WrestleMania 34 match, which, was definitely the less impressive of the two Mania matches. I'm talking about WrestleMania 31, where it was actually a really fun match that, I ended up watching. And it was, rightfully the main event. But anyways, getting off topic here, I apologize for that. But the thing is that, on top of Roman Reigns being an inspiration to me, it's like, just seeing the odds that he had to go up against, it was like, man, it's like, that guy is, really, really, he's awesome, he's stellar. And, ever since then, I'm just like, what? It's like, I can and I will achieve, I can and I will overcome anything in my life. And that's one of the things that I pass on to you guys as well, is the fact that, you can and you will, things may seem tough, every now and then in life, and, especially, in this day and age, things seemingly are almost always very, very tough. But here's the thing, is that, that could be just the fact that God is just testing you. God is testing your durability. It's, he's testing your faith and testing, your desire, so to speak, and your, just overall gumption, like your guts. And, if we keep on in the right path and we keep on doing what we do and we keep on overcoming, then, things will get better and things will get easier along the way. Just don't exactly know when and how things will get easier, but, trust me when I say that, things in life will be okay. You just gotta stick to believing in yourself, and you got to constantly remember that there are other people who believe in you as well. You're never alone, and that's something that I can say with 100% confidence personally as well. I know for a fact I'm not alone. I got a great family, and I got great friends, and a great community where a lot of my great friends are in, And the thing is also is that, if it weren't for YouTube, I wouldn't have met my best friend, now turned brother, Jason. It's like, YouTube, I have a lot to thank for when it comes to YouTube. I mean, there's some things that have happened, obviously, that, voiced my concerns and my frustrations over. But to be honest with you, I feel like I don't give YouTube enough credit. I kind of actually feel it. Now, this is a bold statement, and I'm not saying this as a way to kind of take shots at anyone and all that stuff. I just speak from an in general sense, It's really, really easy to get caught up on and focus on the negativity, whereas on the opposite side of the spectrum, it's like, people don't focus enough on the positive, And that's something that, I've been, like, kind of all over the place on. It's like, I do the very best I can to focus on the positive. Hell, I preach that shit at work, right? And, I preach it, here on the channel, but, the thing is, I feel like that I need to be more positive and, cling on to things that are more positive and work from there rather than working from the negativity. Now, mind you, I have a very interesting way of dealing with the negativity, aside from, once in a while decompressing and, needing to, like, tell you guys what is being bottled up inside and, what is going on. Not to mention also, the fact that I suffer through depression. I have to be on meds for that stuff. Here's the thing, is that, for the most part, I take all those negativities and I eat them. And what I do after I eat them? I turn it into a positive. I turn it into energy, turn it into motivation, and, it ends up coming up with something positive and something that is absolutely amazing. Now, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, it's like, yeah, like right now, YouTube in 2018 is not easy, I actually spoke to one of my old running buddies, at the gym. He was saying that, when, like, he's been watching YouTube for over 10 years and stuff like that. Like, he, is dedicated to watching YouTube, kind of like how I am, I was a fan of YouTube back in 2006 and all that stuff. Back when it was like, very, very basic looking, and it was, just another video platform to watch, crazy videos on and all that stuff, crazy cat videos and angry gamer videos, things like that. But YouTube has evolved over the years, and, right now it's like YouTube kind of is in a bit of a... could say it's in a little bit of a repetitive state, And what I mean by that is, like, according to him and according to, well, my experience as well, you have the same channels being recommended to you over and over again, the same sort of videos being recommended to you over and over again. You never see any of, like, any fresh and, like, up-and-coming YouTubers that are being recommended to you, or at the very least, you very, very, very rarely do see that sort of thing being recommended to you, and, it's just like, well, what the hell? It's like, I don't want to see, the same 3-4 channels or the same 3-4 types of videos that I always see on my recommended. It's like, I want to see other things, But the thing is that, like, YouTube, has been, for a while, like, in a pretty rough place where, like, the thing is now is that, like, because of the whole demonetization thing and, a bunch of other issues and stuff like that, now it seems like that YouTube's kind of more about, who can make the most money and, who is, who is partnered and all that stuff. But, you know what, though, aside from all of that, I'm just like, hey, you know what? It's like, yeah, that's all good. They can go ahead and keep on promoting the same 3-4 people and same 3-4 types of videos that they want, but I'm still going to keep doing me, and, as long as I'm able to make at least one person's day even just a little bit better through my content, then as far as I'm concerned, I did my job. I was someone that had succeeded in making another person's day much, much better and putting a smile on their face. And, that's basically what it all boils down to. That's the reason, the main reason why I'm here on YouTube is because I want to inspire and entertain. I know I've said that hundreds of times, but the thing is, it rings true to this day. It doesn't matter how many times I say it, it's 100% truth. That's all I want to do is inspire and entertain people. Now, mind you, if I was to make a career out of this, then, my passion is always going to be first. But if I had to, make money, then obviously, that's something that I would have to, keep in mind. But see, then again, it's like, there is the fact that you can, work like second jobs and all that stuff. I mean, hell, like I have a full-time job as security, like I've been doing that for almost 7 years, with the same company at the same site. So the thing is that, like, with the schedule like that and with the fact that, I have a full-time job, that there's the whole thing with money. Done. That's it. Like, I, have that taken care of. As long as I have my bills paid and all that stuff, as long as I have all that squared away, then, I really have nothing to worry about when it comes to YouTube and all that stuff. Well, aside from, any sort of drama that tries to crop up here, comes my way or crops up on the channel or whatever, we'll deal with that accordingly. But I already, had made my stance clear about, a particular drama to say that I'm not going to be, dealing with that anymore. Doesn't matter if, what the situation is. The thing is that, like I said a bunch of times before, drama's not good for anyone's channel, and it's not good in general, despite, how many views and stuff like that it gets. It's like, it's not good because, number one, you got people who subscribe to you potentially, I say potentially, for the wrong reasons. Like, they would subscribe to you because, they want to see more videos like that out of you, but it's just like, you're not interested and stuff like that, and then they're just like, they, unsubscribe because it's like, well, shit, it's like, I was hoping to see more videos out of you, talking about this or talking about that, but, peace out kind of thing. It's like, well, the kind of people that I want to subscribe are the kind of people that are honest and, basically, all, like all of you guys, like you guys that are active on my channel, more or less every day. And I say more or less every day because, I don't want to say every single day, you guys have to be active. No. See, here's the thing, is that, when it comes to you guys have your own personal lives outside of YouTube, and on top of that, on top of having things like school and work and family and, your own hobbies and things like that, you guys are subscribed to other YouTubers that, you want to watch as well. So it's like you guys are doing the best you can to support all of your favorite content creators, but sometimes it's like, the support is spread a bit too thin because you don't have enough time. And I completely understand that, hell, I'm subscribed to, like, I think over 800 channels, like 700, 800, something like that. Yeah, so I'm just like, man, it's like, half of these channels, it's like, I forgot that I'm actually subscribed to. I'm just like, well, damn, it's like, and, partially, it's because of the fact that, YouTube doesn't recommend me any of their stuff, but instead they recommend me things from people that I'm not subscribed to and all that, and I'm just like, well, what the hell? It's like, how come you're not recommending me any of, say, Poke Game stuff? It's like, or any of Shofu stuff, things like that, right? But, yeah, that's just YouTube. YouTube is just kind of, it is what it is. And I mean, sometimes it's like you just gotta roll with the punches, you just gotta deal with it. So with that being said, it's like, I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from and kind of understand everything that I'm saying. Hopefully I'm not being all over the place again, and yes, this is kind of an unscripted update and all that stuff, but I just kind of want to sit down and talk to you guys with, a much better 100% clear headspace, positive vibes all around and all that stuff, I'm feeling very, very happy, and, well, you could say also one of the reasons why I'm happy is because of the fact I got me some coffee, so, I mean, I'm all caffeinated up and stuff like that, and you know what that means when it comes to caffeine and, me, right? Like, even out of character, I get pretty rowdy, I get pretty hyper when I consume caffeine and all that stuff. Just ask the people I work with. I'm kind of a pain in the ass sometimes because I'm really hyper, but you know, it's like, it works out, you know? You gotta have a little bit of hyperness at work, so... With that being said, you know, there is something else I want to talk to you guys about, and it's regarding, well, how I've been doing my videos as well, so let's get to it. So now I want to talk about, you know, some of the changes I made here, at least as far as, you know, my last 2 videos go. And these are experimental changes, you know, they're not finalized or anything like that, but, you know, that's kind of the beautiful thing about, you know, like, trying out different things, is you get different results. And, you know, that's kind of what I've been going for, is, you know, I've been wanting to kind of change things up a little bit and see where that takes us and all that stuff. And these aren't, like, big changes by any stretch of the imagination, you know, like, they've already been implemented, but not permanently, because I want to get your guys' feedback on it. Now, with that being said, you would notice in my last 2 videos that I had made, which was pertaining to Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, and my most recent one, that being Pokemon number 891. You would notice that I didn't do my usual intro. Why? Well, it's because I wanted to sort of throw a little bit of a curveball and do videos more or less out of character, but not 100%. Like, what I wanted to do was take a more calm and more chill kind of approach, you know, rather than, you know, doing my usual hyped intro and all that stuff. You know, I just, you know, cut right into the video and just pretty much went from point A to point B, you know, like, instead of me doing my usual intro and kind of ramping things up, you know, I end up going right into the video, no intro, and I was, you know, talking to you guys kind of like in the same way that I'm talking to you guys now. You know, normal tone, no hype, none of that stuff, you know, and always save, like, the little bits of hype for things that are actually worth getting hyped about. Like, you know, for example, you know, what I seen in the Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee trailer with the new gameplay footage and, you know, extended cuts and all that stuff. And with Pokemon number 891, you know, where I was just absolutely flabbergasted and all that stuff, you know. I still am. It's just like a freaking nuts and bolts kind of Pokemon that on a Ditto-shaped body. It's like, are you serious right now, dude? Like, oh, man. It's like, all I can say, man, I'm really interested to see how that turns out. That's all I'm going to say about that, you know, in this video. But the thing is, I want to know what your guys' thoughts are, you know. Do you guys like the fact that I kind of taken more of a chill and laid-back kind of approach when it comes to making videos? Or would you guys have preferred if I was in full MegaCrasher character, you know, where I did my usual intro and, you know, being all hyped up and stuff like that, and kind of getting like, just, you know, everything, getting all fired up and all that stuff? You know, like, what's your guys' thoughts on that? I know that, you know, when it came to, you know, again, my mental decompression video, there was some feedback I got, you know, stating that, you know, like, one of the things, I guess you could say one of the dislikes, and by the way, it's like, you know, the person was like, no offense and all that stuff, and I even said, you know, if you guys have any dislikes that you want to voice when it comes to this channel, please do so, you know. Like, I opened up the invitation. Like I said, you know, if there's anything you dislike about the channel, you know, please tell me. Of course, you can always tell me if there's anything that you dislike. Just be polite. That's all I ask, is just to be polite. So that way, not only is it easier to read your comment, but also I can think to myself, I'm like, okay, what do I have to do here? Like, what do I have to do to make this change so that way, you know, it never happens again and I never get the same complaint from the same person, or, you know, a similar complaint from, you know, that person or whatever. But, anyways, it's like I wanted to kind of take a more calm approach, and one of the bits of feedback I got was that, you know, my my intro and stuff like that, and the way I speak was a bit loud, you know, and that much I can 100%, you know, undeniably understand, because I do naturally have a loud voice. But I mean, the thing is that when I'm in my MegaCrasher character, you know, I'm loud. I am, like, you know, boisterous. I am loud. And I feel really bad for the headphones users. You know, this individual kind of brought that up and all this stuff, because it kind of hurts the headphones users, kind of hurts the little eardrums and all that stuff. So, I mean, I can 100% understand that. So, I kind of wanted to take a bit of a different approach, and try, you know, doing videos, you know, kind of in a different way, but still have the same sort of format, you know, where I still, you know, do get hyped. But, number one, I only get hyped when it absolutely matters the most. And number two, I'm not playing my character as much, if not at all. You know, I'm pretty much making the videos, like, out of character, if you know what I mean, right? So, with that being said, I want to know what your guys' thoughts are. Do you guys happen to like that change? Would you guys like to see more of that change implemented? Or would you guys rather see me in my MegaCrasher character where, you know, I do my normal thing in my normal intro, get everything all hyped up, even if, you know, there's no hype involved in that specific moment, or in, you know, a specific part of the video where, you know, if I'm talking about news or just anything really, like it, you know, it could be any video, and, you know, it doesn't have to be hyped or anything like that, or if there's nothing to be hyped about, but yet my character is all hyped and stuff like that. I personally think that, you know, like, it's a lot easier on the lungs, and it's a lot easier on my body just in general, and on my voice box especially, too. Now, on a quick note, I want to point out that my birthday is in 4 days, and coincidentally enough, you know, we're close to hitting 6,300 people subscribed on this channel right here. If we can get to 6,300 by my birthday, that would be absolutely fantastic. And it seems like that whenever we do end up, you know, going towards my birthday and all that stuff, the subscriber count always ends up with a 300, or at least, you know, somewhere around that range. I just kind of wanted to point that out, you know, a little bit of fun trivia right there when it comes to my channel. Now, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I also urge you guys to check out my 2 other channels, being MegaCrasher Go, where it is strictly a Pokemon Go related channel, and MegaCrasher Pro, where it is strictly related to competitive Pokemon content. So anywhere from things like Pokemon reviews to Pokemon Showdown battles, things like that. If you guys are interested in that, then, you know, that right there is the channel for you, kind of thing, right? And I gotta say, I'm really happy with how both those channels turned out. You know, my MegaCrasher Go channel is on its way up to 150 subscribers, so I'm thinking, could we possibly hit 150 subscribers on that channel by my birthday? If we can, man, that would be fantastic, but if not, you know, don't worry about it. You know, it's just kind of like a fun little challenge, and kind of something I wanted to point out as well. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for this video. I want to say thank you guys so very much for watching. And again, my apologies for it being a little bit long. You know, I said that this was going to be, you know, a quick update video, and, well, turns out, I don't think 20 minutes is really something that you would consider quick and all that stuff. But, you know, I guess, who knows? Like, maybe 20 minutes to you guys would be quick. I don't know. But either way, I apologize for the video being longer than it is. So with that being said, that's going to be it. Thank you for watching. I love you guys very, very much. Words cannot tell you how much I appreciate all of you guys for being there for me and for supporting the channel and supporting each other as a community. Seriously, means the entire world to me. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next upload. And don't forget to have a good day. Stay positive.